All right, let's do us some multiplying and dividing of rational expressions. Now, much like rational expressions have already been exactly like fractions, this pattern continues because math is very pattern-based. So multiplying and dividing rational expressions is exactly the same. And I'm going to highlight exactly the same because I have decided I am going to start keeping track. You know that saying, if I had a nickel every time somebody bleh? I am going to start keeping track of every time one of my math students does a math question and then the very next question when it's exactly the same thing and then they say, I don't know how to do this one. I'm going to start keeping track as of today. Now, you guys will have your 20th grad reunion in 2038. I will have been retired for 6 years. I will come back to your 2038 grad reunion, and I will show you guys the tally of how much money I would have if I charged you guys a nickel every time you asked me how to do something that is exactly the same as the question right before it. Okay? And on top of that, I'm going to even assume I invested it wisely at a conservative interest rate of 3%. And we'll see how much money I could have saved.
Did you just assume I want to live to 38?
Okay. Again, Bryce, I have had this argument with you many, many times. If you think that this is the best part of your life right now, you got another think coming. You young people got one thing on us old people, your youth. Other than that, what'd you all do this weekend? Call of Duty. What did I do this weekend? Went to Seattle, then I went to Victoria, played some rugby, saw a movie. It is easier when you can drive, yes. I absolutely agree with you, Kelvin. But you can't drive until you're older. So why you guys have this fear of getting old, I don't know. I'm telling you, it may be a downhill ride, but let's think about it. What's the best part of the roller coaster? The downhill. It ain't the trip up. Oh, this is awesome! Yeah! Tick 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 tick. Amazing! Best part of my life! You're actually not even moving, technically, at the top of the roller coaster. You stop and go no speed. And then you start the downhill. When you finish high school and university and you get to life, that's the downhill. That's the fun part. No. That's the reason. If there wasn't a downhill on the roller coaster, it would be tick, 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 forever. What's the point?
Dude, that's the best part.
Going up and then you look down and you're like, oh, it's so nice, it's scary. And then you think it's
That's true. When you look down, you're terrified.
Yes,
right?
you look down and you're terrified because what is facing you is scary. But then when you get into the downhill, it kicks ass. That's the point I'm trying to make. I know I'm right. Having lived through both stages, I know I am right. I know which part was better.
You're at the bottom now, going back up.
I was 18 once too, you guys. I thought my teachers were old and lame too. Yes, and we had to stop with our bare feet on the ground like Freddie Flintstone.
Mr. Myers still uses CDs.
All right, so.
Dude, I can't do that.
No, you can, Bryce. So if I have, it says or. This is pi. Oh my God.
It also could say it with the way he wrote it.
XY times AB is XA over YB. You just multiply across, as you well know. XY divided by AB is X over Y times xb over a, which is then xb over ya. You already know this from grade 4 with Mrs. Bad Crumble. There is nothing new here. You have been multiplying fractions in math class for 8 years. You can all do this. But just to make sure, I have an example here. A great many of you will still do this question the way you were taught in grade 3. You will go, okay, that's 5 times 4 over 8 times 15, which is 20 over 120. Oh, and then I got to reduce it, which is 1 over 6. A great many of you will do that. Of course, what you should do is what you were taught at some point along the line by another teacher, which is this. 5 over 8, 4 over 15, cancel 1, cancel 2, because 4 over 8 is 1/2. Cancel 1, cancel 3, because 5 over 15 is 1/3. And then 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. Shut up, Joel. You have been in my class.
It's just a prank, dude.
But there are honestly people that are saying right now, I've never ever seen that. Of course he did, because every math teacher teaches that. There's a difference between never having seen something and never actually looking at something. There is a significant difference. I have never seen a Tasmanian devil. Okay? That I've never seen. However, I have seen an octopus. I know both of them exist. One of them I have seen, one I haven't. Nav has seen this. He has just not chosen to internalize it. There is no way you are in the 11th grade of math, a math course, and you have never seen that. That's impossible. That is impossible. There is no way. Who taught you math in grade 10? Who taught you math in grade 9? What? And nobody ever showed you that. I find that appalling.
It's just simplifying.
I know that. All right. So, knowing what you know now, apply what you knew yesterday, and make this question happen. I'm going to give you a hint. You must look there, and you must look there. What should you do with those two highlighted expressions? Factor. What does this become? A minus 4, A plus 3. Over what? A minus 3, A plus 3. Times A minus 3, A minus 1, 2, A minus 4. Now, does this look exactly, structurally, like this? Yes. So what can you do? You can try the same thing, because that's how math works. Do you see anything on the bottom in the denominator that is the same as something in the numerator? Yes. Now Joel will step in with his handy-dandy Zorro blade and start canceling like a madman. Go, Joel. A plus 3 and the A plus 3. Cancel. Keep going, Joel.
Well, yeah, but also, well, yeah, I guess the Zorro would have been the more obvious reference.
A minus 3 and A minus 3. Gone. Then what, Joel? A minus 4 and A minus 4. Gone. What's left? a minus 1 over 2. That is the simplified answer. Now, is it the complete answer? No, because there are certain things that a is not allowed to be. A cannot be positive or negative 3, and it cannot be 4. Why? Let's try math words. The denominator can't be 0. And any of those values would give us that, yes? Which means if these are restricted values, then the answer to this can never be 1. It can never be negative 2. And it can never be 3/2. Right? Since those are not allowed for A, this answer is not allowed.
Why?
Well, because 3 minus 1 would be 2, right? 2 over 2 would be 1. So you could never have 1 as an answer. Okay? But the restrictions are only on the variable. Everybody good? Yeah? All right. Let's look at 2. Is there anything that can be done with 2?
Giving up.
Let's start there. What can I do? Y plus 3, y minus 3, over. Can anything be done there? What? Factor out an r. Then that's going to be r squared minus 1, yes? Which will factor again, won't it? R plus 1, r minus 1. Is everybody comfortable with the double piece of factoring I did there, or do I need to show you each step? You good? Everyone is good with that? Okay. Times, what can I do there? R minus 1, no, sorry. Factor out an r. R minus 1 over, what can I do here? Nothing. Y plus 3. Joel, take it away.
You're going to cancel the y plus 3,
Y plus 3 and y plus 3. What else?
you're going to go with the
R minus 1 and the R minus 1. What else?
The 2 R's.
The 2 R's. What's left? Y minus 3 over R plus 1. Is the question done? No, because y cannot equal what? Negative 3. And r cannot equal what? Plus or minus 1 or 0. Nice one, Kelvin. I thought I would fool everyone with that. What don't you get?
I don't follow why it can't be some of those things. If it's
Okay.
just the denominator.
Are you happy with 1? Plus or minus 1 right there would make zeros, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's at any point in the equation.
yeah, r is a 0. So 0 times anything else would make a 0 down there.
Gotcha.
Everybody cool? Please notice how this whole unit has not once had anything new. Barf-tastic. There is pi in this one. That's why it's so good.
Well, 2 pi, otherwise known as tau.
Can I do any canceling? Or I lie. Can I do any factoring? No. Can I do canceling? 2 pi r, 2 pi r. Leaving me with dh over d minus 2. What's not allowed? D can't equal 2. Well, r can't equal 0, of course, because then you would have no circle. But it is still a restriction. You can't have a radius of nothing.
Can we get rid of the D?
No. Why can't I get rid of the D? Somebody always asks that. I'm glad you did. Jordan has just asked, can I get rid of the D here? Yes or no? I said no. I kind of gave it away. Lucas, why? Yeah. They're two separate operations. This value, let's say D was 4, right? Then up here, the answer is really 4 times H, which would be, if H was
4H.
was 1.7, right? Then this would be 4 times 1.7. And this would be 2, wouldn't it? And that D can't cancel with this because the final values are not separate from each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So let's look at 4. What can I do? Factor, factor, factor. What's this first one? X plus 2, x minus 2. What's the second one? What's coming out? The x is coming out, then that's going to leave me x minus 4. What's that one? Joel just noticed. I didn't say anything on purpose. What does that divided by do to this expression? Flips it and makes it times. So where is this blue guy going? Down here now. And what is it? X plus 3, x minus 2. And where's purple guy going now? Up there, and what is he? X minus 4 and x plus 5. Joel, hit it. Done. Done. You're done. X plus 2 over x, x plus 3. What are my restrictions?
Where's that 5 going?
Where? Oh, thank you. What can x not be? X cannot be 4. X cannot be 0. This is a bit tricky. Kelvin says x can't be negative 3 or positive 2. I agree completely. Is there anywhere else? We've already done 4. X also can't be negative 5 because that's where it started. Okay? Everybody cool? Once, twice, thrice? All right. Okay. Before you even start number 5, what should you notice? It's divided by. Now, guys, may I offer this as a suggestion? Rewrite with what? How should I rewrite this? With a times and with this reciprocated, yes? I would rewrite this. C squared minus 6c minus 7 over. c squared minus 49 times c squared plus 7c over c squared plus 8c plus 7. Now can we do this? Great. What's that one? C minus 7, C plus 1. What's that one? C minus 7, C plus 7. Doesn't matter what order. This one? C plus 7. And this one? C plus 7, C plus 1. Now what should I do here? Here is where you should probably do your restrictions, yes? What can C not be? Plus or minus 7, negative 1, and 0. Because remember, this guy started in a denominator. And now we cancel. Plus 1 gone. Plus 7 gone. Minus 7 gone. What's left? C over C plus 7. Pardon?
Oh, wait. There's a lot of. Oh, wait, yes. No. Yes. There's. Why don't we cancel the other C plus 7 too? Oh, wait, never mind. I got you.
This is what happens when you don't let him do the slashing.
I know, right? He's all flustered.
He's looking for extra things you missed just so he can do it.
Yeah.
Now, look at this.
Oh, sweet. I'd rather not.
There is one thing I would do to this before I did anything else. I would put that over 1 to remind myself. Because this is a numerator. And then I would rewrite. What would this top one be? 2m squared minus 7m minus 15 over 2m squared minus 10m. What should happen here? Times 6 over 4m squared minus 9 times 3 minus 2m over 1. Now what? Now what? Oh, Joel, should I get you to reciprocate for us as well?
No, yeah. I think
Okay. Kelvin? Why doesn't the second... Because multiplying is okay. Okay, remember, order doesn't matter here, yeah? Okay, so factor now. Now, you guys, on the last factoring quiz I gave you, on the last quadratics quiz I gave you, that you had to factor something with a leading coefficient, a lot of you didn't remember how to do it. Do I need to go over it again?
No, you just multiply.
Okay, everybody's got a method, right? You can use decomposition, which I showed you. You can use the 2 times 15 method, which I showed you. Or you can use the 4 corners box method that Peter and Jungwoo and a bunch of other people in here use. I don't care what you use. All I care about is that you factor them. So what does this become? 2m plus 3 and m minus 5 over what? Take out a 2m and that leaves in there what? M minus 5 times 6 doesn't factor. 4m minus 9 becomes 2m plus 3, 2m minus 3. times 3 minus 2m, yes? Over 1. Now, here's where it gets funky. Does this look a little bit like this? What can I do to make this actually look like this? Multiply by -1. So if I take a -1 out of there, does this become this now? So can I cancel it? Yes. Joel, finish us off.
Okay, here we go. You want to cancel the m minus 5.
M minus 5's gone.
And you're going to want to cancel the
2m plus 3, gone.
You're done.
Kind of.
Kind of.
What's on top?
-1.
-6 over 2m. Is that done? It's -3 over m. Everybody cool? What didn't I do? What? I didn't do my restrictions. Because just like you guys, you're going to get excited here and you're going to forget to do your restrictions, even when I tell you to. Joel? Joel? When I say cancel, you get all woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, right? You got to remember your restrictions. What are they? M cannot equal 0, 5, plus or minus 3/2. Is everybody good? That's the hardest one. Everyone is good? Okay. Then your assignment is on the very next page.
Right, things like, you make this pretty quick.